As the best American field officer in U.S. history. My parents were George and Ruth Patton. My father, George Patton, served as a district attorney for the state of California. I went to West Point Military Academy to honor my ancestors, but it was hard because I was dyslexic. I also met my wife, Beatrice, at West Point Military Academy. In 1912, I represented America at the Olympics in Stockholm. I did well in the shooting and fencing part of the Olympics and almost won a medal. I served in the Spanish-American, World War I, and World War II. And I was famous for not flinching under German machine gun fire. My amazing tank tactics and the leading troops were extremely loyal to me because I fought beside them in battle. In World War II, I was given control of the 7th Army, who I led through North Africa into Sicily. Then I was transferred to France and given control of the 3rd Army, who I led through France and Germany. Altogether, I conquered 81,522 square miles of territory. The most famous battle my troops fought in was the Battle of the Bulge, where the Germans launched a major counteroffensive against the Allied forces with at least 10,000 men. During the downtimes of the war, I wrote melodramatic poetry about the war. And when not leading troops into battle, I enjoyed horseback riding and playing polo. I died December 21st, 1945, because of a car crash. I was 61 years old.
Very good.
Hi, my name is Ruth Wakefield. I was born June 17, 1905. I ran a bed and breakfast called the Toll House Inn. I was making a batch of yummy cookies in my kitchen when I discovered that I was out of the baker's chocolate. So I substituted with broken up pieces of Nestle's semi-sweet chocolate, expecting it to melt and absorb into the dough, creating chocolate cookies. I took them from the oven and discovered that I was out of the baker's chocolate didn't melt, and that I made a new cookie. I called it the Toll House Crunch Cookies. As they became more popular, so did the sale of Nestle's semi-sweet chocolate. Here, take a sample of my invention. Tori, you already had one. Oh no, not you, Papa. I know you want that.
Tell me he's going to listen first.
I've listened twice already.
Okay.
Born in Chicago, Illinois, to my father, Ellison. My mother, Flora Calder. I was one of 5 children, 4 boys and a girl. After my birth, my family moved to Marycline, Missouri, where I spent most of my childhood. I had a very early interest in art. I'd often sell drawings to neighbors to make extra money. I pursued my art career by studying art and photography at McKinley High School in Chicago. Though my father could be quite stern and often there was little money, I was encouraged by my older brother Roy to pursue my talents. In 1918, I attempted to enlist in the military, but rejected because I was underage, only 16 at the time. Instead, I joined the Red Cross, where I sent overseas to France, where I spent a year driving an ambulance and chauffeuring Red Cross officials. My ambulance was covered from stem to stern, not in stock camouflage, but in Disney cartoons. After I returned to France, I pursued a career in commercial art, where I started a small company called Laugh-O-Grams, which quickly fell bankrupt. With my suitcase and $20, I started to Hollywood to start anew. After the success of my Alice comedies, I became a recognized Hollywood figure. I married one of my first employees, Lillian Bounce in Lewiston, Idaho. Later on, we'd be blessed with 2 daughters, Diane and Sharon. In 1928, I created a black and white mouse. I named him Mickey Mouse. He starred in a movie called Steamboat Willie. From there on, he was in over 130 films and became the mascot for Walt Disney Studios and remains so. With my creation of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, the first full-length animated musical feature, which produced on a heard cost of $1.5 million during the depths of the Depression. The film is still considered one of the greatest and imperishable moments of the motion picture industry. During the next 5 years, Walt Disney Studios would create other animated classics such as Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Dumbo. I am a folk hero of the 20th century. My worldwide popularity is based upon the ideals of which my name represents. Imagination, optimism, creativity, and self-made success. I brought us closer to the future while telling us the past. It is certain there will be never such a great man as Walt Disney.
Thomas Edison. I was born February 11th, 1847. I was born in Milan, Ohio. My parents' names were Samuel and Nancy. I became famous in the United States for inventing a light bulb, a telephone transmitter, and many other things. I had 1,093 U.S. patents in my name. I only went to school for 3 months. My teachers thought I daydreamed, but I was actually too smart to go there. Then I was homeschooled by my mom. I had a huge goal of reading every book in the library. I owned over 5,000 birds, and I started a little market selling fruits and vegetables. I died in 1931 at the age of 84.
Hi, my name is Arthur Davis. I was born in 1891 and died in 1950. I was 20 years old when I built my first motorized bicycle. I'm a small man with sandy colored hair and very outgoing. I like to tell stories. Very good salesman. My father's can maker helped me. My two brothers were their first motorized company. It was called the Harley Davidson Motor Company. Over the years, the bikers always had a reputation for wasn't that long. Okay.
Is that your new cane, Mom? Is that new or is that not yours?
Hi, my name is Sakatri. I was born in 1788 to the chief of the Shoshone tribe. When I was 12, I was taken by another Indian tribe. When I was 14, I was sold to a French trapper who took me as one of his wives. We were hired to help Lewis and Clark on the expedition. In 3 months in the expedition, I gave birth to my firstborn, Jean Baptiste. His nickname was Pompey, which means the firstborn. The boat that I was riding on tipped over and I saved my son from drowning and most of the supplies. I became famous because I could help Lewis and Clark on the expedition and I saved my son from drowning and most of the supplies. After my death, my son and my daughter were sent to live with William Clark. At the age of 24, that's when I died.
Hi, my name is Helen Keller. Helen Keller is one of the leading figures of all times. A very healthy baby, I was born June 1830 in Alabama at age 19 months. I got very ill from scarlet fever, leaving me deaf and blind. At age 7, I met my teacher, Anna Selwood, who taught me to read and write. At age 9, I could read and write lips. I graduated college and became the first person to have a Bachelor of Arts degrees. I wrote books, made movies, traveled around the world making money for the deaf and blind, also teaching people with disabilities. I died June 1st, 1968 without ever getting married.
Hi, I'm Dale Bernhardt. I born in Kannapolis, North Carolina, April 29, 1951. I was a NASCAR driver. I died February 18, 2001 during a race. I was a NASCAR driver. I died.
Hello, my name is George Herman Lewis Jr.
during a race.
You saw people as the greatest baseball player in history, had 60 home runs in one season. I wore jersey 3 for the Red Sox and Yankees. I died in 1948 at age 53. I was born in 1895.
Born on June 19, 1903 in New York City. Out of my 3 siblings and myself, I was the only one to live to adulthood. My father was often ill, and had trouble finding work, so my mother mostly supported the family. I went to Columbia University on a football scholarship. I secretly played baseball for for Hartford University under the name Henry Lewis. That got me banned from sports my freshman year. A scout was impressed with my hitting skills, so in 1923 he signed me to the Yankees with a $1,500 signing bonus. I replaced Wally Pipp at first base. I played a total of 2,164 games in my 16-year career. I never left the field for 13 years. That is 2,130 straight games. I played through anything from back spasm to 17 different fractures. In 1927, me and Babe Ruth dominated in 1927 when he hit 60 home runs and I hit 47. My 47 homers were second most in the league next to Babe Ruth's 60. No one had a chance against the Yankees. We beat the Philadelphia Athletics for the pennant by 17 games. I hit 493 home runs in my career, 23 of which were grand slams. I drove in over 500. I drove in 1,174 RBIs in 1 year, the second most all time. I'm also the only player to bring home over 500 RBIs in 3 years.
You got some disease.
My career ended on July 4th, 1939 due to ALS. I got married when I was 30 years old. Sadly, I died on June 3rd, 1942 due to ALS.